Happy Devil's Saturday. This is the Woo Report, episode 18, titled Avalanche of Howling Taylor Hall Trade Rumors Brewing. I am your host, Sam Woo, here on the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network, powered by Nova Product Design from Primetime Radio. Yeah, not a stunner last night, but Taylor Hall sitting out against the Colorado Avalanche. The Devils put some fight into it, losing 3-1, 7-game losing streak. Binghamton Devils lose again. And Ray Shero better be working the phones, better be rectifying this problem called losing. We were not expecting it, and the negativity has set in. I'll point this out amongst fans. Jason Collins writes in the Facebook Live, just when we were just getting started, there's literally a stupid podcast every day. The casts are getting irrelevant. Jason, stop with the negativity. I'm calling you out right now. I don't need to be doing this on a Saturday, but I love Devils fans. I love promoting what's right about being a Devils fan. Right now, it's in the news. The NHL is watching. Where is Taylor Hall going? That's what we're going to be talking about. If you want to write negative comments, go to YouTube Live, not on Facebook Live. All right, they hate me there. Why don't you join those losers there that hate me? I don't care. Because you know why? Because I'm a Devils fan, and I'm going to keep on talking. I'm going to be keeping on the Devils, holding them accountable, calling them out, because losing at this rate, nobody was expecting it, but we got to call them out on it. We got to solve this problem. We're in on it. The fans have vested interest in this team. It's more than money. It's our livelihood. And if you're a true Devils fan, Jason, you would understand what I'm talking about. If not, then go take a hike. So everybody's following in on Facebook Live, Twitter, Periscope. Rumors are howling. Howling means, could it be the Arizona Coyotes who they're playing tonight? I would expect, if Taylor Hall hasn't been traded already, that he would be sitting this one out. Colorado Avalanche, we had Tyler Kelly about a week ago saying that it could be them, but definitely talks are brewing. And, you know, I saw something about the Boston Bruins. I believe it was from NJ.com. Yeah, it sounds nice. I just can't fathom Ray Shero trading within the conference, someone like Taylor Hall, unless he got something in return that was unbelievable. And putting Palmieri's name in there, I just don't see it happening. I'm not saying that can't happen. I just don't see that happening within the conference. I'm live right now in the Bunker Studio somewhere in beautiful New Jersey with limited internet access. So if it's kind of stutters, that's why. Roger Vincent is watching. Bobby DiStefano writes, in a season that has been awful, I especially like these frequent podcasts. Thank you, Bobby. And again, it's not to harp on Jason Collins, but the negativity is just, there's already enough negativity. I just want to keep it positive. I learned from Beer Baron, working with him the last 2 years on the Let's Go Devils podcast, the flagship podcast on this network, that we got to keep it positive. We want to be realistic. We want to have candid conversations. We want to be real and authentic with our ideas, and we don't want to be a bunch of phonies. But honestly, this losing sucks. And we talked to Bryce Salvador about it, and it may take trading a Taylor Hall to wake up the franchise. I don't think we should blow it up. I think Ray Shero has some good pieces in place. He's got assets. Look, how many teams in the NHL can say that they have two future all-star centermen down the middle with Nico Hischier and Jack Hughes to build the team around? Not many. Prime example, the Pittsburgh Penguins with Malkin and Sidney Crosby. You go to Chicago. They've had Jonathan Taves. And they've also had have Patrick Kane on the wing as well to build the team around. So we should we should be thinking right now of what kind of assets we can get for Taylor Hall, considering he's leaving by the end of the season. Also, with Sammy Vatanen being an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season. Big shout out to Ramona Rice. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. I know the Devils are on a 7-game losing streak. Binghamton Devils 8-game losing streak. And right now we're all frustrated and yeah, I mean, who can we get for Taylor Hall? It's just inevitable at this point. Uh, Look, I would love to have Taylor Hall extend a contract, but the situation has changed. The the losing, I mean, John Hines, all the fans got their wishes. John Hines is fired. Interim coach Elaine Nasruddin is trying to piece by piece solve this problem. We expected that it would not be solved right away. The lame game that they had the night before yesterday's game was pathetic, but at least it was somewhat of a respectable showing, knowing that Taylor Hall was just yanked out of the lineup at last minute, and in comes Mikey McLeod. Hall will, without a doubt, be traded. Yes. Also, other happy birthday wishes are coming in. Cheryl Miller. Hello, Cheryl. Hope you're doing well. Who would you pick as a new head coach available now? Thomas Robert asks. I would stick with Nasruddin. I mean, the season's pretty much lost unless a miracle happens, like what happened to the St. Louis Blues. But right now is an evaluation period. It's time to sell some assets. The Devils are obviously sellers right now. No one would have expected early December they'd be selling this quickly. But you know what? If you fold now the season, and I'm not talking about tanking. I'm talking about in the near future. You need to fix the problem now. And if it takes a season to figure it out, let's do it now. Let's get back in line. Let's we're probably going to get a lottery pick again. And right now, the Devils are turning out to be what the Edmonton Oilers were. Not proud of it as a Devils fan, but what's done is done. Ray Shero, we don't know what the deal he has right now with ownership group, but he seems to be going to be here for a while. It's his team right now, but I'm sick of the rebuild. How long is this rebuild is going to take? We don't know. But right now, the process has started by trading assets. And unfortunately, Taylor Hall will be going to another team. And, when that does happen, we wish him well because we had some, a fine season with Taylor when he won the MVP and Hart Trophy. Stacy writes, Sam, you are awesome. Thank you, Stacy. Again, it's not easy doing these podcasts. We realize, and I've had some production meetings with Nick Villano and Shorts Guy and Beer Baron and Scotty. When you do these podcasts, we've got 4 or 5 months of this losing potentially. There's not much to talk about. But the heart of the fan, I mean, this is where you find out what you're made of as a fan. These trade rumors, I don't want to be talking about trades right now. I want to be talking about a playoff run. But it is what it is. And it's tough to be talking about this over and over and over again. But you can't help it because it's deep down inside as a Devils fan. You want to talk about it. You want to let out the steam. Like when I go on rants, I don't go on rants to get clicks. I go on rants because that's how I feel. Because I could be doing other things right now with my time. And right now, it's time to talk about where Taylor Hall is going. Again, I don't think he's going to Boston. I don't think Ray would make that trade unless they give him something unbelievable, like unbelievable, something similar of a blockbuster that, if you want to use an analogy in another sport, when Herschel Walker was traded to the Minnesota Vikings years ago, where that built the Dallas Cowboys dynasty, unfortunately, because I'm a Giants fan, when I say unfortunately, but it would take something like that to trade Taylor Hall within the conference. Sending him out to the Western Conference, you don't have to see him that often. But yeah, Arizona has been rumored. Colorado Avalanche has been rumored. So that will probably happen. It's just a matter of when. But I can assure you that the team, the Let's Go Devils podcast team, is on standby to do a podcast, a live podcast, reactionary, when that time comes. I mean, heck, it could come 5 minutes. I'm going to be somewhere in about a half an hour. But you know what? I will drop everything, the best of my ability, to put it out so we can also, not just, it's not about us, it's about you, the listener, the viewer, where you can chime in and give your thoughts and ideas, about what's going on. So tonight there's a game, Arizona. I wouldn't expect Taylor Hall to play. I'd be shocked if he was in the lineup, or he may be traded by then. But right now, I'm in the bunker studio right now, and yeah, he could go a myriad of places, but I read Montreal is out on Hall, says okay, Chief or Chef or Chefy. I can't pronounce it. Facebook Live. Yeah, it could be possible, but you know what? If I were Ray Shero, I would not trade him within the Eastern Conference, because that could be that could both. But then again, you never know. You never know. So, on that note, we're going to be on standby. The Woo Report will be on standby, but really it's going to be breaking news of when a trade happens. But the rumors are brewing right now. They're howling. There's an avalanche of them. There's lots of speculation. I would follow Bob McKenzie, Elliot Friedman, and all those guys, Darren Dreger, and then the rest of the media. But yeah, and also Corey Masisak. I love his work at The Athletic. Is PK Subban going to be shopped by deadline? You know what? You just rolled out the red carpet for him. I think PK is just doing a little bit too much of what he's been asked to do. I'm a little concerned about his ability to keep up with the pace as a number one defenseman. But, and of course, this is my opinion. He needs to get faster. And some of the workout videos that, he posts on Instagram and this and that, he's building a lot of muscle, but I like to see him get a little bit quicker and a little bit slimmer and a little bit more agile than bulking up. Some players play a tough game. I like to see PK use more of his skill set than his brawn, and and I think he'd be more effective player if he did that. And of course, that's my opinion. But then again, what do I know? But anyway, so yeah. So anyway, this is the Woo Report, episode 18. Avalanche of Howling, Taylor Hall, rumors brewing. We're going to close out the podcast, this mini Woo Report. But yes, we will be on standby for breaking news as it happens and do our best to be on air so you, the Devils fan, can chime in and comment, since we are the most commented Devils podcast in the history of Devils podcasts. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday morning. in beautiful New Jersey. Till next time, Devils fans, this is the Woo Report. Let's go, Devils!